about to turn it up, 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 turn it up. About to turn it up, go, 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 go. We about to turn it up.
They've addressed the following issues. Placeholder images could appear on the shot comparison graphic when in a match. In the milestones section of the objective screen, trophies did not always display correctly. Gameplay, they've made the following changes. Decreased the accuracy of driven lobbed through passes aimed away from where the passer is facing. Lowered the ball trajectory height of driven lobbed through passes. They've addressed the following issues as well. In some cases, the ball carrier could unintentionally run over the ball when attempting to dribble with it. In certain situations, the keeper did not react to ground passes across the goal. Sometimes a touch during the dribble could knock the ball further from the ball carrier than intended. In some cases, appropriately powered through passes could incorrectly cause the ball to be hit out of play. AI teammates could lunge for a ball that was far away from them even when the pass block assistance setting was off. In some situations, a defender could incorrectly attempt to shield the ball without being requested to do so. When requesting an outside of the foot shot in some specific situations, a flare shot could have occurred instead. When requesting a flare pass while locked to one player, the CPU AI would not attempt to perform a flare pass. In rare throw-in situations where an additional ball was present on the pitch and needed to be cleared, the player kicking the ball could have done it with unnecessary power. The assistant referee's starting position was not always correct at the start of a playable highlight. In some cases, the goalkeeper could have incorrectly been allowed to pick up the ball with their hands after a player-controlled teammate cleared the ball towards them. Improved referee logic when determining foul calls in situations where a player makes contact with the goalkeeper. During set-piece skill games, the camera would not always correctly orient itself behind the kick taker. Now we've got FIFA World Cup fixes. They've addressed the following issue. In online tournaments, the knockout stage UI could have incorrectly highlighted both participating teams as paths with the same colour. In the online tournament final, some post-match scenes did not play. Addressed a stability issue that could occur when restarting featured quick play matches. Career mode has one fix. In player career, the goalkeeper attribute did not always display correctly on the player graph screen, so there's not much for career mode this time. Pro Clubs and Volta addressed the stability issue that could occur in Volta Arcade. In terms of general audio and visual, they've made the following change. Updated some badges, pre and post match scenes, crowds, stadiums, kits, balls, headwear, facial, hair, commentary lines, UI elements, menu text, and ad boards. They've also addressed the following issues. An incorrect background could have displayed when switching between the main menu and training center. Updated instances of incorrect text. Some videos did not play correctly in the main menu. In some cases, when selecting a language, the on-screen flag could display incorrectly. And addressed instances of Nottingham Forest City Ground Stadium is available in FIFA 23 career mode, but there's a little workaround to it. So pretty much you pick Nottingham Forest, obviously, you continue from there, and then you get like this thing here, which looks like a little bit of a bug. Doesn't look right, does it? You know, it looks like some sort of stadium creator thing. So what you do here, do not touch anything. Do not pick any home stadiums. Just click advance, and you'll get the actual official city ground as the stadium in the game. If you tinker with the settings of the stadiums and stuff, you won't get the ground. It's a little workaround at the moment because it's a little bit broken, but it still sort of works, I guess. And then you set up your career, and it should work as normal there. So we've got the city ground there. Let's load up the career mode to double check. Because, you know, with EA, whenever they add something in, there's always something broken. It looks like the real deal, so we don't have to worry about that. It's just a little bit buggy, but you should get the proper city ground in career mode if you just don't touch anything. Now, in terms of the actual squad update, PK has now been removed from FIFA 23. So, yeah, you won't see him anymore in the game. Gabriel from Arsenal also got his game face now. So, it looks pretty good, and it's been applied now. So, when you play with Arsenal, you'll see that new face. And speaking of new faces, Darwin Núñez, who no one has seen his actual game face yet, has gone back to a generic hairstyle. He used to have that bald head. People thought the game face was coming soon. Turns out it's not. And we have to wait for something in the future to come and enable this thing, because at the moment it's a bit of a fiasco. And for some reason with this squad update, Mitrovic from Fulham has lost his real face as well. We've also got 4 faces that went from no TS. The first one was Anthony from Bournemouth, and then we've got Lloyd Kelly from Bournemouth as well. And then we've also got Bazunu from Southampton, and another Southampton player is a Rebor there as well. So 4 faces. Unfortunately, when you go into the game, I think they've got generic faces still. So it's a little bit of a mess how FIFA has yes, real face, and then you go into the game, it's a no. Obviously, you know, EA with the squad updates are always a little bit dodgy when it comes to the face updates. We've got some new high potential youngsters here that got added with this latest squad update. You might want to put these guys on your shortlist. So the first one is Giacomo Faticanti from Roma, 18 years old. He's got a 62 overall with an 80 potential. Then we've got Barrios here from Atletico Madrid, 19 years old, 62 overall with the 80 potential as well. Vignato from Monza up next, 18 years old, with the 65 overall and 81 potential. Next up is Axel Gueguin from Montpellier, and he's 17 years old, 59 overall with an 81 potential. Yoro up next from Lille, 62 overall here, only 16 as well, with an 82 potential. And then we've also got the highest one today, Rooney Bard G or something like that. FC Copenhagen, I believe, 16 years of age, and he's got a 65 overall with an 86 potential, so he's looking pretty good. So let's take a quick look at some of the updates from the December 6th squad update. I can't cover every player here, but I'm going to take a look at some updated stats from this squad update. There's some good players here. So the first one is Mokoko from Dortmund here. Got some upgrades to a lot of stats, finishing, dribbling, ball control. Overall went up to 73 now from 71. And the potential, I think, is pretty high as well at 89. Next up, we've got this guy that I'm not even going to pronounce his name. Plays for Napoli, 21 years old. Got some upgrades to the potential. It went from 86 up to 88, which is fantastic. The overall went from 78 up to 79. And he got some other upgrades to long shots and vision and stuff like that. Next up is Martinelli from Arsenal, 21 years old. Overall went up to 79 now. And potential stays at 88. Bruno Guimaraes is up next from Newcastle, 87 potential. And his overall went up to 83 now. He also got some upgrades to strength, marking, and a couple other stats there. Diogo Costa from Porto also got updated. He actually grew 4 centimeters, and his potential went from 86 up to 87 now. His overall stays at 80 at the moment. Upamecano is up next from Bayern Munich. Got an upgrade to his overall, 82 overall now. His tackling stats went up, 1 went down as well. And some marking and stuff went up as well. Nice upgrade here for Lisandro Martinez from Man United. And he's got short passing went up, interceptions, marking, standing tackle potential went up to 87 now as well, and overall went up to 82. Next up is Gabriel Jesus from Arsenal, and his overall went up to 84 now, potential stays at 86, but he also got some upgrades to shot power, finishing, reactions, positioning, volleys, and all that kind of stuff. James Maddison got a potential upgrade to 86, and his overall went up to 84 now as well, plus some other little stat upgrades. We've got Ravella here, 21 years old from Monza. Got some upgrades to short passing, ball control, strength, sliding tackles. His potential went from 88 down to 86 though, and his overall went up to 77. So a potential downgrade, but the rest of the stats did go up. Diego Dalot is up next from Man United, 80 overall now, and also 86 potential now as well. Defensive work rate goes up to a high, and a couple other stats got boosted as well. Next up is this guy here. I'm not going to pronounce his name. Plays for another team that I'm not even going to try and pronounce. 86 potential now, went up from 84, so 2-point upgrade there. Overall went up from 68 to 70, and a lot of other stats got upgraded as well. Next up is Kolo Muani. This guy's 24 years old. Volleys, reactions overall went up to 80. Ball control there. Potential went from 84 up to 86 as well, and a couple other stats. Next up is Brobby from Ajax, and this guy's 20 years old here. His overall went up to 77. Potential went up to 86, and a couple other stats went up. Next up is Sanchet from Athletic Club, and you can see here overall went up to 77, potential went up to 86, position changed from a striker to centre mid as well. Van de Ven is up next from Wolfsburg. His overall went up to 73 from 71, and his potential as well is an 85 at the moment. A couple other stats there did get boosted for him as well. Next up is Oyen, who got an overall upgrade to 68, potential upgrade to 85, and became a left midfielder as well. He's only 19. Next up is Wahi from Montpellier. Finishing went up to 78, composure 72, overall went up to 75, and his potential went from 84 to 85. Long shots went from 69 to 74, and other stats there got upgraded. Next up is Garnacho from Manchester United, 18 years old. His acceleration went up, agility went up, overall went up to 65, and potential goes up to 85 now as well. Bentancur is up next from Spurs. This guy got an overall boost to 81 and potential boost to 85. Other stats as well, like dribbling went up by 3, standing tackles, composure, and sprint speed went up to 70. Next up is Simor from Espanyol. Heading went up, short passing, reactions, and jumping. His potential went from 83 up to 85 now, and overall went from 63 up to 65. Next up is Baldanzi from Empoli, 19 years old here. Potential goes up to 84 now from 82, and overall goes up to 70 from 68, and a couple other stats there got upgraded. Next up is Kamara, and you can see here his potential goes up to 84, overall up to 82 now as well, and some other stats in the greens. Next up is Volpato from Roma, 19 years old here. Potential goes up to an 84 now, and overall goes up to a 66, and you can see other stats did get upgraded as well. Next up is Musiala from Bayern Munich. You can see here a lot of upgrades, including the overall, which goes up to an 83. Potential is already 91. That's very, very high. And you can see finishing goes up, ball control, acceleration, sprint speed, all that kind of stuff. And finally, we've got Bukayo Saka from Arsenal, 90 potential player now, and overall goes up to 83. You can see finishing goes up, dribbling, balance, vision, ball control, acceleration as well. So he's looking like a good player. That's all the players I'm going to cover today. Hopefully I didn't miss too much, but you can always go to SoFIFA to check out the full list.